It was midnight and Vishnu suddenly started experiencing intense pain in his stomach. Struggling with discomfort, he dialed the local medical store. "Hello, I'm Vishnu. I have severe stomach pain. Please send me some medicines urgently. Note down the address." Vishnu gave the medical store his address and tried to ease the pain. The agony was unbearable. He paced back and forth in his room, sometimes sitting on the sofa, then standing up again. His mind raced with thoughts. Is this the end for me? God, if I survive tonight, I promise I'll stop eating outside food. Oh, this pain. I can't take it anymore. Every passing moment increased his suffering. He clutched his stomach, groaning in pain. God, just kill me now. I can't bear it. Outside, a man was seen riding a bicycle toward Vishnu's house. Due to the darkness, his face was barely visible, but his attire suggested he was from the medical store. Vishnu noticed him through the window and quickly opened the door. "Come quickly. The pain is getting worse," he yelled. The man parked his bicycle near the house and started walking toward the entrance. "Leave the bike there, you fool, and bring me the medicine fast," Vishnu shouted, frustrated. The man didn't respond. Instead, he threw the bicycle to the ground and advanced toward the house in a strange, eerie manner. Vishnu sat down, pouring himself a glass of water. "Hurry up with the medicine," he demanded. The man, in a sinister voice, said, "Medicine? What medicine? You need the cure for pain, but I have the cure for death." Hearing this, Vishnu froze. The man's laugh sent shivers down his spine. He noticed something horrifying. The man had no hair on his head, and his nails were unnaturally long. Who are you?" Vishnu asked, his voice trembling. "I ordered medicine for stomach pain." The man smirked. "I have brought the cure for your pain, but it's not for healing, it's for death." With those words, the man leaped toward Vishnu. "Let me go. Please, help! Somebody help me!" Vishnu screamed. "Who are you? What do you want?" The man grabbed Vishnu by the neck with his other hand. "I am Venom," he whispered. Vishnu's body convulsed as his life slipped away. Venom released him and vanished into the night. The next morning, the scene was chaotic. Police officers surrounded Vishnu's house. An inspector was questioning the watchman of the building. "Uncle, did you see the man who came to Vishnu's house last night?" the inspector asked. "Yes, sir. He was the same guy who works at Madame Vimala's medical store, a hard-working man, but he had been missing for a few days. Then suddenly I saw him last night." "Are you talking about Chandu, the tall, thin guy who worked day and night?" the inspector inquired. "Yes, sir. That was him," the watchman confirmed. "I even called out to him, but he ignored me. I thought he was in a hurry, so I went back to my work." Vimala, the owner of the medical store, pulled the inspector aside. "That's impossible. The man the watchman is talking about. He's dead." "What?" the inspector asked in disbelief. "Don't you remember that night? You were drunk and we took Chandu to the farmhouse." The inspector looked confused. "I don't remember. My memory is a bit hazy." "Let me remind you," Vimala said coldly. Chandu was a simple worker at Vimala's pharmaceutical company. One night, he discovered that the company was manufacturing not just medicines, but also illegal drugs. "This is wrong, madam. You're risking the lives of innocent children." Chandu confronted Vimala. "Shut your mouth and do your job. You're paid to keep quiet," she retorted. But Chandu was determined to expose her. He went to the police and reported everything to Inspector Ajit, who pretended to support him. "Good job, Chandu. Let's raid her company and farmhouse," the inspector said. But it was a trap. At the farmhouse, Inspector Ajit drank with Vimala and Vishnu, who were partners in crime. "Surprised, Chandu?" Vimala sneered. "The inspector is on our side. Now, what will you do?" Chandu was defiant. "I'll go higher up. I won't let you get away with this." You'll go up, all right, Vishnu laughed, but you won't come back. They dragged Chandu to a pit filled with venomous snakes and scorpions. Say hello to Venom, Vishnu mocked, kicking Chandu into the pit. The venomous creatures bit him repeatedly, and Chandu succumbed to their poison. Days later, Vimala and Inspector Ajit revisited the farmhouse to ensure Chandu's body was still in the pit. As they peered into the pit, something terrifying happened. Venom emerged. His eyes glowed with rage. "Whoever you are, please don't kill me," Vimala pleaded. Venom extended his hand, his long nails gleaming. Inspector Ajit pulled out his gun and fired, but the bullets had no effect. "Venom can't be killed with bullets," Venom hissed. "You betrayed me," he said, glaring at the inspector. "Now you'll face a painful death." Venom attacked the inspector, biting him repeatedly. Vimala tried to escape but found Venom blocking her path. "Please, let me go," she begged. Venom lunged at her. Desperate, she pulled out an antidote from her pocket and injected it into him. "Now let's see who dies," Vimala taunted. But Venom wrapped his snake-like body around her, tightening his grip. "You used Venom to destroy lives," he said, his voice cold. "Now, Venom will destroy you." "No, please," Vimala screamed as Venom dragged her into the pit. The snakes and scorpions attacked her just as they had Chandu. The police investigation revealed that all the deaths were caused by Venom. Vimala's drug manufacturing company was sealed and the farmhouse was abandoned. But the legend of Venom lived on, and those who dared to seek justice knew Venom will return for those who deserve it. Aditya and Meghna had been married for 10 months, and their baby was only 15 days old. Meghna had come to Aditya's ancestral mansion in Firozpur for the first time. "The village has improved a lot," said Meghna. Aditya smiled and replied, "I'll show you around every corner of the village, my love." Soon their car stopped in front of a grand mansion. As the car entered, both Aditya and Meghna stepped out. "This is Ram Lal uncle. He takes care of our mansion," Aditya introduced. "Aditya, you've grown up so much. I saw you as a child. Why didn't you visit earlier?" Ram Lal asked. "I've always wanted to come, uncle, but for some reason Dad didn't allow me." "May his soul rest in peace," Aditya replied. "Please come inside. I'll bring your luggage," said Ram Lal. Aditya led Meghna inside the mansion, which was just as beautiful and grand from the inside. "Come, Meghna. We'll stay in the room where I used to live as a child," Aditya said, showing her the room. Looking around, Aditya's childhood memories resurfaced. "You know, when I used to sneak out at night to play with my friends, I would quietly jump out of that window, fearing my father." "Oh, so you've been scared of your dad since childhood," Meghna teased. "Something like that," Aditya chuckled. Meghna laid their baby, Sanju, on the bed when Ram Lal entered with an elderly couple. "Aditya, this is Jumri and her husband, Kishan. They will take care of the household chores while you're here." "Thank you, Ram Lal uncle. I'll return in 2 days," Ram Lal said before leaving. That night, Aditya and Meghna slept soundly with baby Sanju lying between them. Suddenly, the window of their room creaked open. A man draped in a black shawl entered silently, picked up Sanju, and escaped through the window. After running some distance, the shawl fell from the man's face, revealing that it was Kishan. "How neatly I pulled this off. The whole village will praise me now," he thought. Just then he heard loud footsteps behind him. He turned around and saw a woman, dressed in a red lehenga chunari, her hands and neck adorned with heavy jewelry, her face covered with a veil. She was slowly approaching him. "Who are you, and what are you doing here at this hour?" Kishan demanded. The woman stopped and spoke in a deep, eerie voice. Take this baby back where you brought him from. Who are you to order me around? If I report you to the village chief, you'll be punished, Kishan retorted. Enraged, the woman moved at lightning speed and stood right in front of him. In a terrifying voice, she said, "It seems you're not afraid of losing your life." Kishan's body trembled, and he was terrified. The woman lifted her veil, revealing a horrifying blue face with long, sharp claws. She lunged at Kishan's neck and slashed him like a sword. Meanwhile, Meghna and Aditya remained unaware, still asleep. The woman quietly returned to their room, placed Sanju between them, and vanished like smoke. The next morning, Jumri grew anxious as Kishan had not returned. Where is Kishan? If the master wakes up and doesn't find him, all suspicion will fall on him. Just then, Meghna stepped out of the room with Sanju in her arms. Jumri was stunned. "Sanju is here? I thought Kishan took him to the village chief's mansion last night," Jumri said. "Jumri, please warm some milk for Sanju while I take him out to the lawn," Meghna requested. "Yes, ma'am," Jumri replied. She warmed the milk, filled a feeder, and handed it to Meghna. "I'll go to the market to get some groceries for breakfast," Jumri said, and headed straight to the village chief's house to report everything. "Sacrificing that baby is essential, or our village will remain under threat," she told the chief. Just then, another man entered. "Chief, Kishan's body was found in the forest in a terrible condition," he reported. Jumri, the chief, and a few villagers rushed to the forest. Seeing Kishan's lifeless body, Jumri wailed, "Oh my Kishan, who could have done this?" Back at the mansion, Aditya and Meghna were unaware of these events. They were playing with Sanju in the lawn when a man arrived. "Sorry for the delay. I'm Natu. Kishan passed away last night and Jumri is in shock," he explained. Aditya and Meghna were surprised. That night, Natu handled the household chores, but when everyone was asleep, he used the same window to take Sanju. "Good thing Kishan failed. Now I'll get the reward from the chief," Natu thought, heading to the chief's mansion. "Chief, I've done the job." "Here's the baby," Natu said. "Well done, Natu. Now take him to Baba Mohan Das. The sacrifice will happen at 4 a.m., the chief instructed. Meanwhile, Meghna woke up and found Sanju missing. "Aditya, Sanju is gone," she cried. They searched everywhere, calling out for Natu, but he was gone too. "Let's go to the village chief's house. He sent Natu to us," Aditya said urgently. At the shrine near the cremation ground, Natu handed Sanju to Mohan Das. "Enjoy your last moments, child. By 4 a.m., you'll leave this world," Mohan Das said, placing Sanju on the ground. Suddenly, a flying dagger sliced through the air and decapitated Natu. Shocked, Mohan Das saw the veiled woman standing at the entrance of the cave. "Who are you?" he demanded. In a terrifying voice, she replied, "I am your doom." With her sharp claws, she tore open Mohan Das's chest, ending his life. Aditya and Meghna arrived at the cave with the chief, only to find Natu and Mohan Das dead. "Where is my child?" Meghna cried. Then they heard a soft voice. "Here is your child." The veiled woman approached, handing Sanju to Meghna. "Who are you?" Aditya asked. "I am Jokin, the spirit who has been protecting your family from Mohan Das. He was the son of the beast your father once defeated. He spread fear to manipulate the villagers into sacrificing your child for revenge," she explained. With that, Jokin vanished into thin air. Aditya and Meghna silently thanked the mysterious deity who saved their child.